So today we're going to be reviewing and reacting to a few videos from some jails in Louisiana. I had recently spent some time in the Louisiana jail, and I'm gonna tell you, that place is like no other. And the problem with Houston is that Houston has this program where they're outsourcing inmates to that jail. Now we ain't gonna say it's human trafficking, even though a lot of inmates feel that way. But we are going to say that it stops them from being able to be in communications with their lawyers, from them working on their cases. It stops them from doing anything but being put out until they get back to court. And then as soon as they return from court, they get put back on that outsourcing list. So these inmates not only don't have a chance to fight their case, but they don't even have a proper chance to be around their attorneys. So we're gonna look at a few of these videos.
And you say you been there 4 days. And you was there how long?
Yeah, I just got in this hoe 24 hours ago.
24 hours ago. Damn. So look.
They had me in the basement for 20 hours. They lost my paperwork. I made bond Tuesday morning. It's hell in there. Do not go in this Harris County jail. They do not care. They will leave you in there. No food, nothing but Johnny Sacks. Johnny Sacks is 2 pieces of bread, a piece of nasty bologna, 4 cookies, and you drinking that nasty water that come out from above the toilet. It is hell in there.
Now this is the worst jail to be locked up in Houston, Texas. And I'm talking about even for a couple of days. It's Harris County Jail, okay? I'm telling you, man, from when you get in the door, you're going to regret whatever you did to get there. Even people in the comments said, Harris County, hey, it go down in Harris County. When you first get to Harris County, you got to get processed in. At most police departments, it take about 4 to 8 hours to get processed in. In Harris County, it's going to take you about 3, 4, maybe 5 days. And that whole time you waiting to get processed in, you're going to be going in holding cells. You have to sit in those nasty holding cells for so long, and the processing going to take so long, is because nobody want to work at Harris County Jail. Harris County Jail faces yet another failed safety inspection due to continued understaffing. This is what it's going to look like. Dead ass serious, okay? It'd be about 60 to 80 people per room. Bunk beds only 2 inches away from each other. The eating area is right there. The beds are right here. Like literally, Harris County is always so packed sometimes. They send people to other jails within the city. Now, most of...
How the hell is he resisting? And he's in handcuffs. This man's hand looked like 4 or 5 times the size of a normal hand, because that's how severe the injuries were to him. His face over his eye was split wide open, teeth knocked out. And still to this very day, they haven't said one word of an apology. Over and over and over for years now, we've been hearing about these horrific stories coming out of the Harris County Jail with abuse, violence, and violating the human and civil rights of inmates. Just because you're charged with a crime does not mean that you no longer have any civil or constitutional rights and protections. And we're going to update you as this case moves along and makes progress, because this young man deserves truth. He deserves justice. He deserves to have his name cleared of the lies they placed on him to justify that beating, which we know they always do. How in the hell is he resisting? And he's in handcuffs.
Patrice McGregor. My son died January 2019. In January 30th, he was in custody in your jail from strep throat, from lack of medical care. His name was Christopher McGregor with a K.
20 people died this year inside the Harris County Jail. It's the state's largest pretrial detention system and is among the largest jails in the U.S. It's also faced years of understaffing, overcrowding, and wrongful death lawsuits. This year's death toll doubled from the 10 reported inmate deaths last year, and although many of them had a criminal record, a majority of them had not been convicted of the crime that they were in jail for at the time of their death. I spoke with some of the families of loved ones who have died inside the jail this year. Many of them have been left with unanswered questions, while others have pursued legal action against the county. You can learn more about the ongoing investigations into these deaths and read the full story on HoustonChronicle.com.
A former Harris County jail detention officer is charged with manslaughter in the death of Jaquari Simmons. The 23-year-old had been arrested in February of 2021 for being a felon in possession of a weapon. Eric Morales turned himself in yesterday.
Higher bond is necessary due to concerns for community safety and the nature of the offense.
He is stating that my son passed away. They seen him laying in the bunk. His pants was urine. They was already wet. When they picked him up on the stretcher, they made like they was doing CPR, which was not true. When I called, no one reached out to me. Finally, a chaplain called me close to 1 o'clock. Y'all stated my son was transported to Bentorb Hospital. He was out Harris County system at 9:12 a.m. How did y'all even know he was dead at 9:12 a.m.? If you go on your records and look now, it's stating my son is still active in Harris County on the 5th floor. Not he's deceased. He had court February the 3rd, which he was coming home that Friday. Y'all reset it and said he'll be reset to next February the 24th. How you reset a deceased body? That's what I'm not understanding. Then when I call up here, I have to call up here and let them know my son dead in the custody of them. He wasn't at home, he was in their custody. Whether they overstaffed, understaffed, and all that, I know for a fact you have 2 guards that watches that floor at night. Kevin wasn't in the 1 or 2 cell. He was housed in the big cell where it was opening. Nobody seen nothing, supposedly, but I have some that's willing to talk, but I don't want to put them children in danger for their parents to get the same call saying that they left. They scared to say something because the guard, as they said, whooping their ass. But this one right here, Kevin Leon Smith Jr., Zydeco Kelbo, gonna shake the world.
I'm gonna tell you what they call the takedown. Whenever you come to a dorm, there's gonna be a lot of youngsters in there that are not making store, meaning that they can't buy commissary. So whenever you come in, they're eyeballing your bag. So they all plot together in how to take you down for all that you have. And what that means is they usually get together and they jump you and they take everything that you got. Don't let you come in there with some nice shoes on. That's getting took too. If you don't catch out the dorm, they're gonna extort you, meaning that they're gonna tell you, hey, every time you get commissary, give us 50. We're not gonna mess with you, but you gotta give us that in order for you to stay here. If you don't wanna do it, they beat you up, they'll drag you to the door, they'll knock on the picket, tell the guard to get you up out of there, and that guard is gonna lie for the youngsters because he don't want no problems. This is called the takedown.
If your boyfriend locked up, your girlfriend well, not your girlfriend, but if your boyfriend or your husband locked up or something in Harris County Jail, and all of a sudden you look them up and they gone to Louisiana, West Texas, Beaumont, or Mississippi, this video for you, let's hop into it. So how it works is they're gonna wake them up at Tuesdays and on Thursdays. They're gonna wake them up early in the morning, like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, right? They're gonna catch chain. Once they catch a chain, they're gonna know where they going. So they're gonna go down to the little tunnels, they're gonna wait. They're gonna pretty much be waiting in them little tunnels to get their name called. Once they get their name called, they'll go in a holding cell. After the holding cell, y'all gonna wait in there for like, no cap, like 6-7 hours, right? Then the bus gonna pull up. When the bus pull up, they're gonna handcuff everybody, put y'all on the bus. So if you're going to Louisiana or West Texas or Mississippi or Beaumont, this is how it's gonna work. They're gonna put you on the bus. When you arrive at the unit or the facility or whatever they got y'all going, which is really illegal. You mean to tell me I did a crime in Texas and I'm getting shipped to a different state because y'all don't got enough housing to house us in Harris County at the jail? Well, how about y'all stop locking niggas up for stuff they ain't do? Did y'all know Harris County got the most dismissed cases, bro? Did y'all know that? On my mama. But anyways, it's neither here nor there. I'm finna get mad. So when they arrive at the new jail facility, they're gonna pretty much do a pat down, you know, standard stuff. Sometimes they spray you with like this little nasty like substance, bro. It's to keep like bugs off you and to keep like diseases from spreading or something, bro. It's really weird and it smells so bad. Like you gotta get butt naked, bro. Like, and they just do you down bad. But anyways, they're gonna give you your jumpsuit. Once they give you your jumpsuit, you're gonna go into a dorm. For me, I went to Louisiana. I can't talk about West Texas and Mississippi, none of that. Maybe one of my partners on TikTok that was in jail that had went there, maybe they'll get on here and tell y'all about it. But for right now, this is about Louisiana. So to make a long story short, we're gonna go in a dorm. I found out recently it's called a parish. To us, it look like county. It look like jail. So we not knowing this a parish, bro, because we never have been locked up in Louisiana. So y'all chill out. Thank you. Anyways, you're gonna go in your dorm. Now, This real life, bro. I'm not gonna make this up to y'all, gang. This real life right here, bro. You walk in that door, once that guard say, this your bed right here, XYZ, I better not catch you in no other bed when it's time to do count time, or you gonna get a write-up, or you ain't get a commissary this week, you better be in that right bed. But that ain't the tricky part. This is the tricky part. Once that door closed, when that guard leave, I'm talking about once she close that door, oh, your niggas on you. Yeah, them niggas on you. I ain't gonna lie, them niggas on you, man. All the new niggas that just came in, niggas is on you, man. They gonna pull up, pretty much be like, bro, you punching or you paying? Which one you doing? Now, I'm gonna tell you about the punch and pay. Punching and paying is two different things. You can punch, right? Nigga might be like, you punching here because you want to get your respect, you want to get your points, and you don't want niggas to, roll over him. So pretty much what's gonna happen is they gonna line you up with a nigga that's like your size and your height, your weight, whatever, and y'all gonna punch it out. You feel me? Now I done seen niggas punch it out and still get extorted. I didn't seen it all.
Listen, that man is definitely not lying. Soon as you walk in the dorm in Harris County Jail, you gonna have dudes in there doing a heart check. They're gonna see if you tough right off the bat. Before you even make it in the dorm, before you get buzzed in the dorm, there's already niggas surrounding the dorm, trying to see who you is and trying to see. They're trying to check your temperature right then and there. And yes, it's gonna be somebody in there thinking about taking you down. Before you even get in there, niggas is already thinking, all right, look, we gonna get some new niggas today because there's some bunks open. That means some niggas coming through, we gonna see. We gonna come up on some shit. Hopefully these niggas come in with drugs, but if they don't, we taking them niggas down if they not tough enough to hold their shit down. And it's not even a matter of, oh, you tough. It's a matter of, you gotta understand, that whole dorm, at least I'm talking about niggas that's 60 years old. Even niggas from 8, 19, 20 and all of that, all the way to 60 years old. If you come in there and niggas get the beating on you, that whole dorm is whooping your ass. I seen some of the most brutal shit ever in my life. With some random, nigga got into it with somebody, and I'm talking about, bro, the most brutal shit I ever seen in the Harris County was when this one nigga was getting his ass whooped. It was 15 niggas beating his ass. On top of them niggas beating his ass, bro, the nigga ain't having no shoes. I seen a nigga jumping up in the air, stomping this nigga ankles. I said, yo, listen.
So the 11th person this year done had their life extinguished in the Harris County Jail, which is ridiculous because people should not be passing away in jail. It just shouldn't happen. And I know some people say, well, you did something wrong. Not everybody that's sitting in the Harris County jail system in Houston is in there for doing a heinous crime. Some people just sitting out tickets. You don't never know why somebody's in jail. They might be in there for doing something they didn't even do. But the whole point is that in Houston, Texas, nobody should be passing away in the jail system. It just shouldn't happen. The mayor, the sheriff department, everybody needs to get together and figure this one out because it's going to start costing taxpayers money. It's going to be some lawsuits. It's going to be a drain on the system. The jail system isn't already a drain on the system in the city. So all you Houston politicians need to get on this.
We did request exemplary damages. The reason that we did this is because there was a reckless and conscious indifference to human rights. Also, refusing adequate medical treatment without the justification and the maliciousness involved in what occurred. In addition to that, the fact that so many people have died. We have 6 or 7 people that have died just this year alone, and we are only in the 6th month. So we have requested exemplary damages. Of course, we filed survival claims for him for his 8th Amendment rights, cruel and unusual punishment. And of course, there's a wrongful death suit. Because this young man, I want y'all to look at this young man. And the reason that I want you to look at this young man is because, guys, his dad will never bring him lunch at school. His dad will never be able to tell him it's going to be okay. His dad will not be able to teach him how to drive a car. He will never see his father again
He will never hear his voice again, not in real time. And he deserves justice for his father. And I am very happy that he is so young and courageous to file this lawsuit on his father's behalf.
I got a phone call from my child saying, I'm not going to survive here. I'm going to die in here if you don't get me out of here, Mama. And time has shown just that.
This is Jocelyn Lee. Her son Evan Lee was murdered while in custody of the Harris County jail system in Houston, Texas. Evan Lee was only 31 years old and his death was ruled a homicide. The Harris County jail system in Texas has some of the highest reports of deaths in custody in the country. In 2022 alone, there were 27 deaths reported within the jail. Within the first 2 weeks of 2023, there were 2 more deaths reported. Families, activists, and the local community are demanding accountability and answers for the deaths and conditions of the jail.
From day one, if you cannot keep them safe, cannot keep them alive, shut them down. Shut them down.
Alright, y'all, that was enough of the videos for today. I want y'all to check the video out and leave a comment and tell me how you feel about Harris County, if you have been there, if you have family or friends that are in there or been in there.